Hey Virgo. So I have to come through and get my earth sign some love. Oh Virgo. So when I was tuning into your energy earlier, I was just feeling like you guys are going through some things like in areas of your life that you really don't talk to like your friends about. Like like you might be going through some things that is on a super personal level. Like, because Virgos are like really private. So I feel like you could be going through some stuff that's got you kind of in your head and in your heart. And you really don't have anybody like around you to talk to about it. So you just kind of like keep it in. And you guys sometimes have this need to do like everything right all the time. And you don't leave yourself room for mistakes. So right now, you could be learning the hard way that like everything isn't gonna always go as planned, and you have to release a little bit of the control, and you have to believe in something. You have to kind of like you know believe that something good is gonna happen for you if you're in this stuck space right now, because I feel like things are gonna clear out for you. Yeah, you got the Chariot in reverse as your first card. So it's like I feel like you feel stagnant or held back a little bit. And you have this energy like where you ready to get things going, like you ready to take off. Hey KP, you ready to take off. You ready to get things going. But I feel like you gotta come up out of this self-criticism that you're doing. Give yourself some credit for like the things that you have done to get where you are now. Don't be so focused on like the next moment. Yeah, because you got the high priestess in reverse. So you're not listening to your intuition. It's like you know intuitively that things are going to get better. But I feel like you're blocking out that spiritual aspect of yourself on some level. And it doesn't have to be like completely. It could be some area in your life that you're not allowing that divine intervention to come in and get things in order for you. And it's like it's time for you to tap into your intuition. It's going to lead you to the ideas and I feel like the peace of mind that you need because things are going to get better. Yeah, the tower comes out in reverse. So it's like the worst is over. You've been through a lot. And I feel like you've been through a lot long before now, you know, but you got to start trusting your intuition because not trusting your intuition is going to hold you back. Oh my God. Yeah. So it's really time to start tapping into your intuition. You know, Five of Swords. Come out of conflict. Slow down for a minute because I feel like of all the Earth signs, you Virgos are the fastest moving Earth sign. You guys are always ready to get to the next thing, to the next moment, to the next accomplishment because you're so hard on yourself. You know what I mean? And so you're like, yeah, I accomplished this, but now I need to do something bigger and better than the last thing I accomplished. And the Empress is at the bottom of your deck. And sometimes being in that kind of space doesn't give you room to grow. It can kind of trap you into these expectations that you have of yourself, and it doesn't give you room for mistake or room to grow. So it's really time to start like giving yourself that space to grow. You don't have to charge at everything, you know. Yes, be very assertive, but you don't have to be aggressive. And watch the way you speak to your loved ones, because you guys have a tendency sometimes to be kind of like abrasive, and you may not see it as that because all you thinking is like, yo, I'm trying to critique them so that things will get better, but you can come up across as a little abrasive and just kind of like cut to the chase. Yeah, you guys do. Your next card is the Queen of Pentacles. So this is definitely your element, you know? And I feel like you're just gonna be in this space right now where you're just nurturing yourself, really trying to get your finances in order. And it's not like your finances aren't in order, but I feel like you need to prioritize the material things that you want and against your priorities and your necessities at this time in your life. But things are going to be fine. But there just needs to be a little bit of balance in where you're spending and how you're spending. Stay away from any gossip and any drama. You had the Page of Wands trying to come out a few seconds ago, but the Knight of Wands comes out. So, like, if there's somebody in your life that's like really flighty, because you know, one thing about Virgos, if they say they're gonna do something, they do it. You know, and so you could be dealing with someone who has like a very flighty energy, and you really don't know where you stand with this person, and so it kind of makes you second guess yourself because they're so inconsistent with you. And you know, sometimes Virgos, you have a little bit of a fiery energy. The King of Cups comes out. So, like I was saying earlier, I feel like you guys are going through some things and you're just kind of like staying quiet about it and keeping it to yourself. So, with this King of Cups, it's like, yeah, there's a lot of emotion going on around you, but I feel like you're staying solid. You're not showing it because the King of Cups, he has emotions, but he's just not really showing it. So it doesn't matter if you're a male or female. It's like you have a lot of emotions, but you're just kind of like keeping your game face on, not really showing it. But there's a lot of stuff going on inside of you, you know, and somebody could kind of be like running in and out of your life, like because you represent stability for this person, but they don't have the staying power and that could frustrate you. Yeah, because you have the Seven of Pentacles here with the Strength card in reverse. So it's like you're working towards something and it's just draining you. It's like it's draining you so much. You're not like seeing the fruits of your labor. Um, yeah, I just feel like you're not seeing the fruits of your labor. So that's really like bothering you because it's like this is like just exhaustion to me. Like I've planted all these seeds. But the thing is that you don't see is that you've planted a lot of seeds, but some of these seeds are gonna bloom only for you. So if there's somebody that's just in and out of your life and like I said, no staying power, so it's draining you to try to hold on to this situation, you're gonna have to come up out of that because there's something that you need to be doing that's only for you. Something you need to be doing that's only for you. You need to be taking a chance. Now, I told you earlier the Page of Wands in reverse tried to come out, so it actually came out this time. So you really need to stay away from situations that are like really catty and messy, things that are like unsure. You know, like if you're trying to like if you're like an entrepreneur, you're in this space where you're trying to make business deals or whatever, and somebody's like omitting certain truths, you need to like not deal with that. If you're around people who are just like always messy and talking about shit that doesn't even have any kind of productive energy attached to it, you need to move away from it. But also, you need to stop dealing with, if this is on a romantic level, you need to stop dealing with people who are like keep you guessing with misinformation, like kind of lead you on. Stop dealing with people that are leading you on, you know, talking because it makes themselves feel good and look good, but then they really don't have any, intentions on carrying that shit out. But there's like this passion there that you feel towards this person, so you kind of are allowing them to just play around, but you need to set a boundary at this point. What else do we have, Spirit? Thank you. I have the Emperor in reverse. So, Virgo, like I said, sometimes you guys can kind of speak harshly, But sometimes you guys need to learn how to relinquish control of the things that are going on around you. You could want things to go well so bad that sometimes you kind of like take the leadership role and take control of situations that you really don't have to. So you need to step away from that because it can make you kind of frustrated, and you don't need that. Because you have the Eight of Wands here, so there's a lot of like shit going on around you at this point. For some of you guys, you're dealing with a lot of heartbreak and realizing that you are taking a loss. There's like, several different energies I'm picking up on. But for some of you guys, you need to let go of trying to control everything. And, if someone's going to be with you and they're going to be right for you, you're not going to feel exhausted like this, waiting to see something happen. And you won't have to try to like control and force an outcome and wait for somebody to like do things your way. But with this Eight of Wands, it's like you need to be focusing on like other opportunities. If you got other suitors that are willing to put in the time, you need to be focusing on that. Um, with this Three of Swords though, it's like you're coming into this realization that you have to let something go. And I think that's causing you a bit of anxiety or just a little bit of a frustration because maybe you thought that like this was going to be something cool, but at the end of the day, it's not. And I have the Page of Swords in reverse. So try not to be like hovering over something that's already gone and done. Like if you're feeling down, don't go to this person's page and watch them. Don't, send them stupid messages because you're having like an emotional moment. And, like don't do that. Over. Say stupid stuff to this person. Like don't start watching this person obsessively. Just let it go. Like let it all go. All right, let's get some cards from the after tarot real quick. But yeah, I feel like some of you guys are working towards a lot of things. You want it to be perfect, but you have to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere. Give yourself that room for mistakes and don't be overbearing in matters of the heart. Because right now you're losing something and you have to allow it to just play out, you know. And you have to start being, a little bit more understanding with the people that love you. I want to clarify the pages. Page of Swords. So I'm getting the Star card in the upright position. So it's like instead of focusing on this other person and the thoughts of the past and how things played out and what you said and what they said, focus on your healing right now with this Star card. Focus on your healing. Don't worry about that. You got the Emperor in the upright position now, and earlier you had it in reverse in the traditional tarot. So it's like instead of controlling things outside of you, I feel like now you're gonna start to control yourself, your emotions, the things that you want to manifest in your personal life. That's what you're gonna start to realize you can only control. The World card wanted to come out. So it's like once you do this, you're gonna create like a beautiful new cycle for yourself. You're gonna step into a cycle of like possibilities and things actually manifesting, as opposed to being like so worried about how things are not playing out the way you wanted to play out. But you know, you have the Queen of Swords at the bottom of your deck in reverse. So really start watching how you're talking to people and how you're talking to yourself. Communication sometimes is really important. Yeah, because you have the King of Swords and the upright. So you need to be like more logical, make more head over heart decisions and just kind of like be the problem solver. Don't dwell on the problems in your life. Just solve them. And be very diplomatic and straightforward in your communication with others. Seven of Swords comes up. So it's like don't shit that you've already created. If you look at the guy on the Seven of Swords, he's like looking behind him and there's like this little trap, rope thingy that he can step in. It's gonna slip him up. So what I'm saying to you is like create and then appreciate it. Don't keep looking back to nitpick about things that have already been done and completed, or you're gonna trip yourself up and rob yourself of your own happiness. Come out of your head a little bit. And but if you are gonna be in your head, don't be so critical all the time. Because you can have a lot of great things around you and not see it because you're being too critical. The Two of Swords comes out, so you're really in your head a lot. But now it's like time to make the decision of staying in my head and being frustrated or healing with the Star card. And I believe you're going to choose to heal. And I believe you're going to start to be more open with the people that love you and support you, and realize that you have to speak to them in like a kind way, in the same way you need to speak to yourself. You have the Empress. Earlier it was in reverse. Now it's in the upright position. So it's like you're gonna grow now. Like now this is just a process of growth. We all have to do our own shadow work. We all have to tap in. We like nobody's perfect. So it's like, yeah, you're a Virgo, but you're still a person. So you have flaws. You have things you have to work on, as does every person. But once you realize these things, you have a lot of sword cards. So you're going to be doing a lot of mental work in this time period. So you're going to start to grow because of the self talk. It's not going to be like berating or like, oh, you could have done better. Now it's going to be like, yo, you did really good on this. Add this next time. It's going to be more of self encouragement. And you won't be so down on yourself about the things that you feel like you missed out on and stuff like that. All right. Thank you, Spirit. So we got the High Priestess in the upright position now. And remember earlier it was in reverse. So yeah, I feel like you're getting back on your shit. Like you're tapping back into yourself. You know, you're earth sign. So you're automatically rooted to the earth. You can feel the vibration of the earth, and that gives you that intuitive energy. So you're gonna be tapping back into that and coming out of this dream space where you feel cloudy and you don't know which way to go. You're gonna be more rooted. And it's really important that you get your rest around this time. Take as many naps as possible so your body can heal itself, and so that your subconscious mind can clear out and do the things that it needs to do for you to help you to manifest a lot of things. Okay, so that's that on that. Let's get you guys some energy cards. So yeah, basically the I loved how a lot of you guys how you guys had a lot of doubles tonight. So it's like the ones that were in reverse ended up coming out in the upright position with the clarification. So it's like you're gonna get back what you think you missed out on. You're gonna get back that passion and that fire that you think you lost for pouring it into things that didn't replenish you. You know, you're gonna start to replenish yourself. You're gonna realize that you can only control yourself, and then that's gonna give you more encouragement to like pull yourself out of this space of feeling defeated or like you're running out of time or something. You're not running out of time. You know, you still have time to do all the things that you want to do. You just have to make time for it. That's it. But you're not running out of time. So don't worry about that. All right, let's get you some energy oracle cards. All right. All right, Virgo, let's talk about it. Jesus. Okay, you got the first card you got was number 26, hostilities in the upright position. And I feel like these hostilities are coming from within. Like I told you, being hard on yourself. You know what I mean? Like, And you gotta let that guard down because sometimes you could be snappy for no reason. And then you could have people around you who are being like that towards you. It's time to like really go within and heal with that star card. Come out of mental conflict with yourself. And you need to move away from anybody who is always contentious with you. Because we did have that Knight of Swords. And that could have also been like some external energy coming towards you of somebody being like confrontational or just toxic or wants to argue for no reason. But anyway, so yeah, hostilities. I know this camera sucks, but as long as you can hear me, you're good. Okay, defenses up, aggressive energy. This card shows a man raising his sword in readiness to do battle. When it comes upright, it reveals a situation where hostilities toward you are about to be or have already been engaged. The aggressive energy may be verbal or emotional, with someone in your environment being excessively critical, demanding, or hurtful. In a work social situation, there may be backstabbing or out and out slander going on. This is different from the deceit card because the hostile energies are more apparent, more overt. In fact, you may have been living with them for some time now. But whether this is new or old energy, now is the time to regain control. Knowing dishonorable treatment from others is an open invitation to the universe to send you more. It may feel risky, but you need to have the courage to stand up for yourself now and always. So yeah, like I was saying, you need to set some boundaries, you know, with the energy you are receiving and what you're putting out. You've got to set some boundaries. There's also an affirmation. It says, I am receiving the peaceful, harmonious treatment I deserve in my life. I set boundaries, make reasonable requests, and make my expectations clear. So, like I told you earlier with that King of Cups, you guys are holding a lot of stuff in. And you could kind of like boil over, and it could possibly even come across as hostile. So, you want to kind of like be mindful of what you're feeling and communicate it to the people that you feel it about. The next card you got was storm warning. I know you probably can't see it. Okay, this card says clouds on the horizon. This card indicates a potential difficulty either in the external world or within yourself in your emotional life. The difficulty is coming closer, and you may have already heard rumblings of potential problems around you. The caution here is to be conscious yet not fearful. Consider what's going on and look at the situation with calm clarity. Investigate your options and honor yourself and your intentions. Stand up for yourself and take action on your own behalf. As with all difficulty, even the worst storms passes. Always remember you have the power and the wisdom to handle whatever may come your way. So this is the second card that says stand up for yourself. And so a lot of you are not speaking your truth. And that could be blocking you from being happy and having the things that you want. Your last energy card is door to value in reverse. And I don't like to see that for you, Virgo, because it's like, dang, you know, you guys are so hard working that your door to value shouldn't even be a worry for you, a concern at all. But I'm like wondering, like, if you're not seeing, like I said earlier, the good things that you've already accomplished, so you're not seeing the value that you've already created. And that could be making you feel like less than you are. But I'm still going to read the book definition. It says this card reverse signifies a partial or perhaps even potentially complete closing of the door. The hope for a new opportunity where money or career is concerned may be delayed or possibly even derailed. Don't be disheartened. However, the card reverse reminds you not to put all your eggs in one basket. Diversify your interests and your efforts and let your intuition guide you to the next open doorway. In the meantime, open your heart and your mind to the other sources of value in your life. Money is a commodity, but so are time, tranquility, and love. Choose to open the doors of these wonderful experiences yourself and find real value there. So, like I was telling you guys earlier, you have to be in a mindset of abundance. You know, you have to make the time. You don't, like I said, you're not running out of time. You have all the time in the world, but you have to make the time for the things that you want and stop getting down on yourself when you don't feel like you've reached this immaculate moment. Because even if you don't have it at that moment, you're still on the same path. You just have other steps to take, but still value where you are and the experiences and the road you're on. Still value those moments. You know, the affirmation for this card is my life is opening to endless possibilities of prosperity. The river of abundance flows freely through my door, bringing me unlimited wealth. So wealth doesn't just have to be money. Wealth could be energy, self-confidence, peace of fucking mind, a calm environment and things like that. So just have a wealthy mindset over all areas of your life and only like project that into yourself and create those moments and enjoy those moments while they're there. And don't be thinking about what else you could be working on sometimes. Now, when it comes to your work ethic, you're dope, but sometimes you need to come out of that and just enjoy the fruits of your labor instead of looking at the fruits of your labor and thinking like, oh, now what can I do? Like what that Seven of Pentacles we had earlier. Okay, so I'm gonna pull a love energy card and then we'll be done. You just woke up from a nap. Thank you guys. These cards are like so brand new and they're like huge. My hands are so little, so give me a minute. Okay. Two came out, so I'm gonna read them. Ooh, that one at the bottom of the deck is pretty. I'm gonna read that one too. Okay. Number 20, I love you. Ooh. Some of you guys need to be telling yourself to yourself, like, I love you, like, you do enough. But anyway, it says, whether you say this to a pet, a friend, your partner, or yourself, these are the most important words you can say. Don't hold these words in like it will take away their importance. Be willing to say, I love you often and freely. So, like, yeah, you need to be self talking like better, Virgo. Like, so what if things aren't perfect? You need to be like self talking better. That's it. You need to be self-talking better. You need to be encouraged, like I said earlier, encourage the loved ones around you. Don't be so hard on yourself and everybody else. Yes, some things aren't perfect. Yes, we have flaws, but that doesn't mean we have to talk about them all the time. Encourage yourself, encourage the people around you, and tell the people you love that you love them. And when they say it to you, say it back. You don't have to be so serious about it, you know? Your next card is look at your pattern in the relationship. It says, it requires inner strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior. Take time to look at the pattern and what drives you to attract this sort of person into your life in the first place. You'll find that the next person you meet will have very similar qualities to your last partner, as that is what you're energetically attracting. Once you learn the lesson, you will be able to attract a healthy outcome. So change your thoughts, change things about yourself and the way you see love and what you're looking for, and I guess you'll attract somebody new. But also look at your patterns in relationships. What have like sometimes it's hard for us to like go within and see where we could have like done something that could affect the relationship. But like everybody has a different love language. So it's kind of and see like where you could kind of like be standing in your own way as far as love relationships are concerned because nobody's perfect. We all have flaws and we all have different expectations where love is concerned, you know. So all right, Virgo, I love you guys. Stay encouraged, and it's okay to not have everything done overnight. Slow down a bit, appreciate where you are, and really love on the people that are loving on you right now. And don't focus on like getting everything in the next moment. All right, guys, I love you so much. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.